Christians are not under the law. A misused verse explained. Christians are not under the law. You've heard it. You've maybe said it. But what if I told you that this one phrase, ripped from context, has become one of the most dangerous lies in modern Christianity? Because while it sounds liberating, it's actually a license to sin, gift-wrapped in grace. Pastors quote it to dismiss the 10 Commandments. Priests use it to justify tradition. Skeptics wave it like a flag to mock obedience. But none of them stop to ask, what law, what context, what purpose? So today, we expose the truth they don't want to face. The misused verse. What does it really say? Romans 6:14 is their go-to. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. Sounds simple, right? But let's look closer. Paul isn't saying the law is abolished. He's saying sin, breaking the law, no longer has dominion over you because grace gives you power to overcome it. The next verse? They never read it. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? God forbid. Romans 6:15. Let that sink in. Being not under the law doesn't mean we're lawless. It means we're no longer under the penalty of the law, which is death. Grace is not permission to sin, it's power to obey. What does under the law mean? Under the law refers to being under its condemnation, its curse. Galatians 3:13 makes it plain, Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law. But what is the curse of the law? Is the law the curse? No. The law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Romans 7:12. The curse is what happens when you break it. You sin, you die. That's why Christ died, not to cancel the law, but to pay the penalty for breaking it. That's grace. So if you say you're not under the law and then go on sinning, you're not under grace either. You're still under guilt. Jesus and the law fulfill, not abolish. Let's go back to Jesus. Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. People twist that word fulfill to mean end. But Jesus fulfilled the law the same way he fulfilled prophecy, by living it perfectly, not abolishing it. He fulfilled the law of love by keeping it, showing us how to walk in obedience. 1 John 2:6 says, He that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk, even as he walked. If Jesus kept the commandments, then true Christians will walk as he walked. The final deception. Grace without obedience. The devil's greatest deception today isn't atheism. It's lawless Christianity. He doesn't need to convince you that God doesn't exist. He only needs to convince you that God's law doesn't matter. And once you abandon the law, you have no definition of sin. 1 John 3:4. Sin is the transgression of the law. No law, no sin. No sin, no need for grace. No grace, no gospel. Satan wins when Christians believe they're saved while continuing to disobey. Closing challenge. So I ask you, pastors, priests, imams, skeptics, if not under the law means the law is abolished, which commandments will you break tonight? Will you lie, steal, murder, commit adultery? Of course not. You still believe in 9. But why stop at 9? The 4th commandment, the Sabbath, is the one they buried, the one they replaced, the one they call legalism to obey. But God never changed it. He wrote it in stone. And grace empowers you to keep it, not excuse you to break it. So stop misusing Scripture. Being not under the law is not an escape hatch from obedience. It's a call to live in victory over sin. And the saints in Revelation? Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Revelation 14:12. Not 1, not 9, all 10. Because true grace doesn't erase the law. It writes it on your heart.